Hello everyone, my name is Chitra Goswami and this video is for a summary of lesson number 34 and the name of the lesson is Our Talents. You will begin the class with 2 minutes of mindfulness exercise, and for the first step the teacher should write the sentences in the FRB on the board one by one. And after writing each sentence, you will explain the sentence. Then you will read the sentence aloud and you will ask the class to repeat after you. Then you will call on students to explain the meaning of the sentences, making sure that they understand each sentence. Second step is seeing our talents, and for this there is a list given in the FRB of talents that you can mention on the board. Then you can ask students to think of more talents and write them down. For the third step, you will ask students what are our talents. You will tell students that did you know this full For the third step, you will ask the students what are our talents, and you will tell students that did you know this room is full of treasures. The treasures in this room are the talents of each person. We all have talents, and let's find our treasures and write down all of our talents on the board. You will ask students to come up one by one and write down a talent they have or they have seen a classmate has. For example, some may have a talent for dancing, for speaking English bravely, or for drawing. You will try to write as many talents as possible on the board. Now you will ask students to take a moment to feel gratitude and appreciation for all the wonderful talents they possess as a class. The fourth step is hidden talents, and for this you will ask students that do you think you already have found all the talents you have? And students should answer no. If they do not, you can explain that we all have unlimited talent and potential, and we definitely have more talents we can develop. Now you will ask them, how do you find out your talents? And you will let the students discuss. You will guide them to understand that there is no way to find our talents unless we try new things. If we do not try singing, how do we know if we have this talent? If we do not try educating children, how do we know if we have this talent? Next, you will find a few unsharpened or broken pencils and give them to the students. You will tell them to write with the pencil. When they cannot write with the pencils, you will ask them what needs to happen to allow you to write this pencil. And the students answer that the pencil needs to be sharpened. You will agree and you will ask them to sharpen the pencils. Now you will tell them our hidden talents are just like these unsharpened pencils. We need to sharpen or develop our talents in order to use them. If we do not sharpen the pencils, they become useless. And if we do not develop our talents, they become useless to ourselves and others. The second part of the lesson is stepping out of our comfort zone. The objective of the lesson is that students develop an understanding of what it means to step out of their comfort zone and identify ways it can help them to grow as a person and succeed in life. First step, you will ask for a volunteer to come to the front of the classroom for an activity, and you will ask how they are feeling standing in front of the class. Then you will ask them how they are feeling not knowing. Then you will ask them how they are feeling not knowing what they have volunteered to do. Next, you will ask the rest of the class to explain why did they not volunteer, and you will ask how they are feeling sitting in their seats and watching the volunteer at the front of the class. Now you will explain that those who did not volunteer are in their comfort zone, and the comfort zone means staying where you feel comfortable, where you think you know what will happen. And in this case, they think the classmates will not be watching them and they will not have to participate in an unknown activity. You will explain that stepping out of your comfort zone means taking a risk. In this case, the volunteer left his or her comfortable chair and took the risk to volunteer for an unknown activity with the class watching. Then you will thank the volunteer for coming up and you will give them a reward, for example, a smiley ball, badge, or a snack. You will explain that taking a risk can also lead to a reward. And even though it can be uncomfortable or risky, the only way to make a change is by leaving your comfort zone. For the second step, you will give an example of a time you stepped out of your comfort zone and how it benefited you. And you will ask the class to share 2 or 3 other examples. Third step, you will list an activity and you will tell participants who feel comfortable doing that activity to stand, while other participants who do not feel comfortable doing that activity can stay seated. The examples of the activities are given in your FRB. Then you will ask, when you stay in your comfort zone, how do you feel? And when you step outside of your comfort zone, how do you feel? For the fourth step, the students will return to their seats and you will break students into small groups. You will ask them to open their SAB to lesson number 34B and read scenario 1. You will tell them to discuss the questions in their groups, and after 3 to 5 minutes, you will call on each group to share their answers. And you will repeat the same with the third scenario. And you will repeat the same with the second scenario. For the fifth step, you will prepare yourself by taking notes from student attention techniques document as done in previous lessons. Thank you so much.